Alright, man, what's good? Damn. Bro, everybody already know what games they want to play in 2024. Everybody already got their list in their mind right now. Mine is Wukong. That's it. We gotta wait till 2025 to even get GTA 6. Unless they give us an early Christmas present or something, you know what I'm saying? Rockstar, holla at us, man. Come on. But let's get on here with this video real quick. I want to see what are the biggest games coming in 2024 that we should be looking out for real.
2023 was heralded as the biggest year in the history of video games to ever video game a game of videos, and as that incoherent word salad might suggest, it was busy year for us here at
2023.
IGN. That said, 2024 is shaping up to have quite a few big releases as well to keep you from finishing your 2023 backlog that you piled up because you were so busy tormenting Koroks and trying to get to second base with Shadowheart.
They don't lie to me, bro.
Anyway, here are some of 2024's biggest
all I'm waiting on is Wukong and Tekken 8, which comes out in like a couple days.
Now, before we get into it, just a quick disclaimer that video game release dates are about as reliable as weather forecasts at this point, so it's possible, if not likely, that a few of these get delayed or otherwise shuffled around. Also, this is by no means a comprehensive list of everything coming out in 2024. It is just a handful of games that we thought you might like to have on your radar. If something that you're excited about personally didn't make the cut, I swear it's nothing personal or political or weird or sinister or Machiavellian. We can only talk about so many games before our video editor dies of exhaustion.
Oh my god, I almost died. I almost died. That was so scary.
Hey, get that man some coffee, man. He'll be alright.
If you want a more thorough roundup every month, we put
I
up
want to hear about all the
detailing
games.
that month's upcoming releases, so keep an eye out for that every month. Around the time rent's due, maybe. That January one is already up, so go watch that once you're done with this. If you're sitting around checking your Enchanted Hourglass, waiting on that Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake, good news, Ubisoft whipped up a nice 2.5D Prince of Persia Metroidvania to hold you over. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown goes back to the series' side-scrolling platformer roots, but with some modern twists. That's out for basically everything January 18th.
Bro, I'm not playing it, bro. I'm not, man. You know, I might play it for like a week. Not even a week. I might play it for like a day or two or something. I mean, side-scrollers cool. They are. I played the hell out of Dead Cells. Side scrollers can be cool, man. I mean, I might have to give me a Steam Deck or something for this, but because I don't want to play this, I don't want to be on my PC, bro, just playing this. Like, no. I'd rather play this like when I'm at the airport or something, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, man. That's just me.
On January 26th, hot on the heels of last year's new installments of beloved fighting games Street
Here we
Fighter and
go.
Mortal Kombat, Tekken enters the fray with its 8th entry, which is putting those new-gen consoles through their paces and really...
Hold on. This coming on the 26th? What was that? Did I say in a couple of days? Well, apparently it comes like at the end of the month. I thought this came out, bro. I really thought this came out like in like the first week of January. I really did. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I'm tripping. Let me go look this up. Wow. Bro, I really ain't know that.
Really showing what Unreal 5 can do. That's on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. That same day on new gen and PC, as well as last gen, is Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. That's a really expensive way of saying Yakuza 8, though the series has officially rebranded to its Japanese name, kind of like how Dragon Quest was Dragon Warrior in the West for decades, and then they finally made the switch to Dragon Quest worldwide. Anyway, notable Dragon Quest player Ichiban Kasuga returns for another wacky hero's journey, and this time he's teaming up with semi-pro pocket circuit racer and UFO catcher enthusiast Kazuma Kiryu, who you may recognize from like the last 9 Yakuza games. Or maybe not. He has a new haircut. Who knows? He's so mysterious. As you probably heard by now, the Arkham architects over at Rocksteady are ditching the Dark Knight and trying their hand at a co-op looter shooter starring Task Force X, better known as the Suicide Squad.
The demo to this game was straight garbage. I mean, maybe they fixed it. Don't know. Me and the boys might get on, man. Me and the homies might get on this. Not sure, but as far as from the demo, it's a no-go right now.
The squad's mission? Kill the Justice League. The name of this game? The Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. You probably could have put that one together. The release date? February 2nd for new gen and PC. That same day, if you missed Persona 3 when it was on PS2, and then on PSP, and then later playable in PS Vita, well, first of all, shame on you, but second of all, good news because
Persona
it's been fully
3?
rebuilt as a new modern console RPG, and it's coming to everything but Switch, which is sad because the Switch is the closest thing we have anymore to a PSP or a Vita. Who knows? Maybe they'll port it. The original Helldivers was a tough-as-nails top-down co-op twin-stick shooter about zapping aliens on other planets, and the sequel takes the core gameplay loop but reinvents it from a third-person perspective, adding quite a bit of scale and complexity to the missions and wearing its Starship Troopers influences even more proudly on its sleeve. Would you like to know more? Well, it hits PS5 and PC on February 8th, so there you go. One game that has been in the works for quite a while is Skull and Bones. What began as a spin-off of
I ain't
Assassin's
look.
Creed Black Flag's naval combat has been delayed
That
something
really
like
what it
7
was.
times, so pardon me if I'm skeptical that this game will
That's exactly what it was, bro. It was just a Assassin's Creed Black Flag naval combat. Like they just took the naval combat portion from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, just made a game out of it. You don't get to punch nobody. You don't get to swing no swords, nothing like that. All you doing, you don't even get to get on the other boat and fight the other people or whatever, nothing like that, man. You just shooting ships. Like I will say it was okay. It wasn't like super bad in there, but it was alright. But this game, man, I say you could grind it out with your homies for about a good little week or so before you get tired of it, or you may get tired of it before that. Depends on how much you like pirates, I guess, or how much you love grinding to the point of having the best ship and this and that. But other than that, man, you'll just get on this for a good week and get off.
will actually come out on February 16th, but that's what they're saying this time, and that's on New Gen, PC, and Amazon Luna. On the 29th, Cloud, Tifa, Barrett, and company are back, joined by quite a few familiar faces,
fantasy.
and now they're turned loose at a massive, sprawling, open world and infinitely more detailed recreation of the original FF7's overworld map, which you can travel around by chocobo or on a Segway if you so desire. FF7 Remake was an incredibly ambitious start, and it sounds like Rebirth is going to be a substantially larger undertaking in all the best ways. Homeworld 3 is the long overdue follow-up to a beloved deep space strategy game that was released over 20 years ago. On March 8th, this franchise emerges from cryosleep on PC, so here's hoping it can adapt to life in the 2020s. On March 20th, one of the great grandpappies of survival horror gets a new installment. At a glance, Alone in the Dark might seem like another remake along the lines of what Dead Space and Resident Evil did recently, but it's being framed as a revival, which is fitting given the Southern Gothic themes. It's telling a whole new story, but longtime fans will likely get some deja vu as it is set in Derceto Manor, where the original 1992 game took place.
I played it.
On March 22nd, Dragon's Dogma 2 drops, the feverishly anticipated sequel to Capcom's criminally underrated open-world action RPG. This has the same kind of extremely vocal fan base that Demon's Souls did before FromSoft dropped Dark Souls, and it blew up so big it inspired a whole friggin' genre. That's not to say that Dragon's Dogma 2 is the second coming of Dark Souls, but it'll probably click with Elden Ring fans dying for a big, sprawling Western fantasy action RPG with crunchy boss fights. Meanwhile, if you're ready to commit seppuku because Sony and Sucker Punch have been shinobi silent regarding the next Ghost of Tsushima, Rise of the Ronin might hold you over, and this will likely click with antsy Soulsborne fans
I don't know,
well.
man.
The PS5 exclusive open-world action RPG comes courtesy of Team Ninja, the studio behind last year's...
I don't know, bro. It's gonna take a lot for to hold me over from Ghost of Tsushima. Everybody know how beautiful that game was on just a PS4 alone. Like that game looks better than some games on PC that just came out on PC and PS5 and Xbox, what Series X, whatever the hell it's called. Man, come on, bro. Let's be real. Like, it was well optimized. Ain't had no problems for real. Not for me. I played on the PS4 Pro, and that game was gorgeous. That game was beautiful. The story was good. The gameplay was exquisite. If you hate that game, something is wrong with you. I might just save my money and just wait. I'll wait, bro. I'll wait for Ghost of Tsushima Part 2. Really, I'm waiting for Ghost of Tsushima just to hit PC. Because I want to see how good the graphics might look on PC. I know they mess up PC ports a lot, man, but I still want to see it. I don't care.
Wolong Fallen Dynasty, the Neo games, and of course, Ninja Gaiden. Still on March 22nd, and probably considerably less punishing than those last two games, there is Princess Peach Showtime. Mario's Mushroom Matriarch takes the spotlight in a long overdue solo adventure of her own. This isn't a role-playing game in the conventional sense, but the whole thing is framed as a stage production, and Peach dons different costumes with different abilities to play various roles, if you get what I'm saying. The stages and set pieces will be just that, in a literal theatrical sense, so it'll be nice to see Peach flexing her dramatic range. Here's hoping it's a crowd pleaser. I probably don't need to tell you that it's exclusively on Switch, because it's a Nintendo game. Anyway, enough about cute princess stuff. If you're looking for an ass-kicking, mark your calendar for August 20th.
Yes, Lord.
Because that is when the long-awaited black myth Wukong will make its journey westward, probably to beat you up.
Bruh, if they've messed this game up, I swear. I'm sorry for stopping the video, but if they messed this game up...
Burn this motherfucker down. Come on, Boogie, let's burn this motherfucker down!
I don't know what I would do, bro. It's just... We know about games. We already know about games, bro, that have been in production for years, and we've been up here like going crazy over it. Y'all remember how them E3 trailers used to be? Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with this. But still, you know how many Wukong movies I've watched? I've seen Donnie Yen play Wukong. I've seen Jet Li play Wukong. Bro, I've seen the the Wukong cartoons, everything with the little Monkey King in it, I probably watched it. Except for that one show. I ain't feel like watching it.
Developed by Chinese studio Game Science, this Souls-like pulls from the classic folktale Journey to the West, which was the original inspiration for Dragon Ball, and which was loosely adapted into a video game back in 2010 in Ninja Theory's Enslaved: Odyssey to the West. Our Black Myth preview from last year says it's definitely got some Soulsborne DNA, but plays in a way that it's all its own. That's on new gen and PC. Meanwhile, a few weeks and about 38,000 years later, there's Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, which drops September 9th. Years of War's muscle-bound dudes and power armors with chainsaw guns copied Warhammer 40k's homework a little bit, so it was only fair that Warhammer did the same. Back in 2011, the original Space Marine was widely praised as a totally solid Gears-like, set against the utterly bonkers backdrop of Games Workshop's tabletop game. Now, a whole middle schooler's lifetime later, it's getting a sequel, which looks to take full advantage of new-gen hardware to render massive swarms of Tyranids for you to brutally eviscerate in the name of the Emperor.
5090, we need that. Bro, imagine being this big, man. Like, these are like big old bodybuilders just walking around. Can you remember the Gears of War boys, man? Them dudes wore like a size 20 shoe. Biceps was like 40 inches, man. Like, come on, like, bro, I ain't no way you that big moving like that. You ain't finna roll if you that big, bro. You not. You gonna be on that ground and you ain't getting up. But I ain't got nothing to do with anything, though.
Following the same Warhammer 40k naming convention of aggressive word plus type of melee weapon followed by a number, there's also Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga. The follow-up to Ninja Theory's 2017 sleeper hit, Senua's Sacrifice, Senua's Saga looks to be raising the bar in every possible way while maintaining its blend of dark fantasy and psychological horror, heavy emphasis on the psychology. That's
look, I got the first game. I haven't even played it yet. Calm down, man. I ain't gonna do me like that. I saw the trailer to this right here, like what, like a year ago or 2 years ago, something like that. But I saw I was like, what is this? Of course, like some kind of dark Nordic type thing going on in this game or whatever. But I saw some gameplay on the first game, and I want to play it. Like I'm gonna play this first game. I might stream it, but or I might just play it to myself. I don't know. I mean, if anybody want to watch that, man, let me know. Let me know in the comments, bro. I put a full display on it. I'll be live on Twitch. I'll be live on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube all at the same time, baby. I'm still playing Avatar right now, though, so it might be a while. I definitely want to get into that game so I can know what's going on, so I can be ready for this one. And I'm pretty sure I got time, because they don't even know when it's coming out. Look at it. A question mark.
It's on Xbox Series and PC, but we do not have a release date quite yet. Also on Xbox Series and PC with no hard release date is Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl, though that does currently have a release window of sometime in the first quarter of 2024. Considering this game's development was put on hold so members of the Ukrainian team could step away from their desks to defend their country from invading Russian forces, I don't think anyone will fault the studio for the long wait or get mad if the release gets delayed further. It looks like a massively ambitious game, and the original is a modern classic, though maybe not exactly modern anymore. In the time since the last Stalker game's release, the actual Chernobyl exclusion zone has become a tourist destination. From this point forward, the rest of the games in this video do not have a release date or release window at all. It's the Wild West, so to speak. Speaking of which, one of these games is Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah.
In addition to looking like a space western, it's also wild that it took this long to get a game that could be described as GTA, but with speeder bikes and blasters and Jabba the Hutt. From the looks of things, that's what Outlaws is shaping up to be, though, to be precise, it's a Ubisoft game, so a more apt comparison might be Watch Dogs with Womp Rats.
That's the thing that surprised me too, that it was a Ubisoft game. And it looks good. And I hope it is good. It's gonna be like a Ubisoft GTA. But I hope Ubisoft, please don't make no crazy barriers. Don't make nothing that's gonna take away from the game. Like don't fuck this up. That's really all I want to say. I didn't know what I was trying to say at first, but that's really what I was trying to say the whole time. Just don't fuck it. Come on, man. This could be a good game. Man, just think, look at this right here. We get to play a Star Wars game without a lightsaber, a female lead, no lightsaber. Hey, we get to be in the Star Wars universe without a lightsaber. I'm not sure if it's the first time or not, but damn it, this damn show the first time for me being in the Star Wars universe without a lightsaber, without being a Jedi. I want to enjoy it. It has to be good. Please don't mess this up, because I want to enjoy this.
I am definitely not complaining at the prospect of an open-world Star Wars game that focuses on the scum and villainy of a galaxy far, far away. I will, however, complain if Bossk and Dengar and Zuckuss don't show up. Boba Fett's fine. We get enough of him. And Forlom, I could take it or leave it. IG-88
He ain't lying.
is
Boba
alright,
Fett,
but I
he
really
be
want
in
Bosk and
everything.
Dengar and Zuckuss in there. Put those weird dudes in this game, please.
He a legend, but come on.
Supergiant Games has been chugging along for over a decade, regularly putting out colorful, deceptively complex games that have consistently pleased critics and fans alike, and Hades was met with such a unanimously positive reception that you really can't blame them for making a second installment, which is supposed to arrive
I can play this right here
sometime
too,
this
though.
year. For any Persona fans rolling their eyes at the casual newcomers flocking to Persona 3 Reload, phew, I have just the thing, which you probably already know about, Metaphor ReFantazio, a cool-sounding name for a
Ain't no way
brand
fighting
new
the egg
RPG
like that.
in a brand new universe from a ton of the people behind the Shin Megami Tensei / Persona series. If you want a JRPG that doesn't go quite as hard in the paint or the fonts, there's always Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, which remakes the beloved GameCube RPG for Switch, and which should be a nice follow-up to the Super Mario RPG remake that we got way back in 2023. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2
Oh,
is
God.
yet another long-awaited sequel
Putting
that
them
became
paws on
even
him.
more long-awaited after the decision was made to go back to square one in the hands of a new developer. But the good news is that developer is the Chinese Room, the studio behind the Amnesia games and Dear Esther, so this vampire game might be kinda spooky.
It's the skin of the killer, Bill.
If the phrase Seiken Densetsu means anything
Hold on, bro. My father, he loved watching sci-fi movies and stuff, right? He would like vampires, werewolves, all kinds of stuff. And he picked this movie up. He was so pissed off. I'm sorry, bro. I just want to tell a quick story real quick.
If the phrase Seiken Densetsu means anything to you, you're probably well aware of Visions of Mana, but if you're not, it is the first mainline entry in quite some time in Square Enix's beloved Mana action RPG series that got its start way back a million years ago as a Final Fantasy spin-off for the original Game Boy. Anyway, it's probably better known as Secret of Mana on the Super Nintendo. Here's the part of the video where I say that I would like to get an HD remake of Secret of Evermore, which was like the weird sort of bastard American cousin of Secret of Mana that was on Super NES. I love that game, one of my favorite games of all time. I'm one of 17 people who feels that way. Thank you for listening. Let's talk about games that are coming out in the future. There's no shortage of big fat fantasy RPGs being cooked up by the fine folks at Xbox Game Studios, and Avowed looks like it could make a nice amuse-bouche for anybody who's licking their chops waiting around for Fable Horizon or Skyrim 2, Dragonborn Again, aka Elder Scrolls 6. Anyway, Avowed is set in Obsidian's Pillars of Eternity universe, and it looks like a fun first-person high fantasy jaunt, and based on Obsidian's pedigree, it should have some good twists and turns depending on what kind of bad decisions you make, you know, like a proper RPG. This list is not alphabetical, but Zenless Zone Zero has too many Z's in the title to not put it last. That is the next free-to-play action RPG from the Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail team, and this one has a super stylish, quasi-futuristic urban setting that's going to be coming to mobile and
I'll play
PC,
that.
and probably console at some point. Speaking of which, Genshin is expected to hit Switch at some point in 2024, and there's very good possibility that Nintendo might just drop a new console entirely, whether that is a Super Switch, or a Switch U, or something totally else entirely.
It needs
probably with
something.
a better name. That'll, of course, have its own share of new games at
I need to
launch
play
and
this game,
thereafter.
bro.
And like I said, there is a ton of other stuff we didn't cover. Elden Ring's Shadow of the Erdtree DLC is going to be a substantial expansion to an already massive game. There are some rumblings about the
Yes.
next Doom game, possibly a prequel. And
I ain't
of course,
played
long-awaited
Doom
sequels
since-
like Metroid Prime 4
Bro, I ain't played Doom since like what, Nintendo 64 or something. When was the last time I played Doom? It's been a minute. Let's just say that it's been a while.
and Dragon Age: The Dreadwolf Rises, just to name a few. But as of recording this in late December 2023, details on all of those are pretty vague, so we can tackle them some other time. On that note, I'm going to shut up so my wonderful video editor Chris Del Padre can put the finishing touches on this video, and our wonderful producer Amanda Medina can publish it, and we can all shut down our computers for the holidays and go be with our loved ones. I mean, right after I tell you to sound off in the comments with the games that you're most excited about in 2024, especially if I forgot to mention them. Tell us why you're looking forward to them. Explain why or why not. Use complete sentences. Your answer is worth 10% of your final grade. For extra credit, go check out that video on January's big game releases, and make sure you are following.
All right, that was pretty much it right there. Type down in the comments which game you feel like you're gonna play. Y'all already know. I already know what I was excited for. I'm just saying. Once again, I got faith in Wukong. I'm not even gonna speak. I'm not even gonna just speak too much about it. I know Wukong gonna come out. It's gonna be the best game. It's gonna be the game of the year, bro. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it right now. Come on, man. Y'all got this track record right now. Avatar's good. I like it. I mean, some people like to want to hate on it because they say it's Far Cry 7, but hey, they can kiss my. I want to play the Hellblade. I need to play the Hellblade, the first Hellblade game first. Other than that, those are the games that's coming out in 2024. Some of the biggest, so-called biggest games coming out in 2024. Wukong, this is the one I'm looking forward to. But other than that, till next time, baby.